The Eagles beat the Bills in an overtime shootout at home. The Eagles show that they can win multiple ways in this league. And I feel like this was a statement win of the year for the Philadelphia Eagles because they can win those boring games in the trenches, running the football, lulling you away. And then Jalen Hurts and a lot of other guys can come out and make really big plays. But Josh Allen played his ass off in this game. 4 total touchdowns, 418 total yards. And he really did everything in this game to win it for the Buffalo Bills. I feel bad that Josh Allen actually wasn't able to pull out the win. But Jalen Hurts comes back around, 5 total touchdowns, 265 total yards, game-winning touchdown run in overtime without Lane Johnson. And this is after Jalen Hurts started the first half, 4 for 11 for 32 yards and 2 turnovers. Talk about putting your back up against the wall with the Philadelphia Eagles and coming out in your hometown in this weather to beat the Buffalo Bills. It's just remarkable. I mean, it really is. It's absolutely remarkable what Jalen Hurts does, and the respect gets poured onto him more and more every week from the outsiders. And I'm like, hey, I've been telling y'all since Alabama, bro. Y'all wanted to try to talk about him rudely when he went to Oklahoma, and I'm like, you just forget that Joe Burrow happened. Jalen Hurts was there in competition for the Heisman. The interception that Jalen Hurts threw in this game, though, it was a tip ball. I'm not really going to knock him for it, and I'm not going to knock him for it at all, actually. It looked like he had a couple of plays on that right sideline, and the defender definitely got a hand on it, no question. But overcoming a 17-7 halftime deficit 2 weeks in a row to go on a 30-17 run to win this football game is not a lot of there is not a thing that a lot of NFL teams can do, especially not at this point in the season. The block kick was a big factor. Shout out Jordan Davis, but that did come after that controversial no call on the horribly not called horse collar on Josh Allen. That led to no points. It should have been called. It probably would have got them closer, maybe had them drive for a field goal or kick a closer field goal. The no call on the horse collar, getting intentional grounding called instead, was just horrendous NFL referees at its finest. Jalen Hurts had a 2nd-and-1 scramble at the end of the second half that I thought was a really nice play. It really, just a really nice play at that point in the game, and he was able to extend the drive there. We did see the miscommunication between the running back and Jalen Hurts. I don't remember who that was on the handoff, but he fumbled it. Buffalo takes over. They do a great job. They score the touchdown there, and Josh Allen was impeccable on that drive too. But it feels like it was Buffalo's game. You know, they were up 17-7. They had just scored the touchdown off the turnover at the end of the first half. Philadelphia had the ball for a minute and a half to start the third quarter before a horrendous 3rd and 14 screen pass to Julio Jones, and that was snuffed out. I mean, the Philadelphia boos were raining down at Lincoln Financial Field. And another missed kick from Tyler Bass in the beginning of the third. They had a chance to go up to 20-7. So as much as I want to say I feel bad for Buffalo not winning this game, they didn't put it away in times that they really needed to. Philly adjusted well to score on the second possession of the third quarter. It was an easy touchdown. And after that, Philadelphia was just creeping back into the football game. And then, after the Josh Allen interception that I'm going to bring up soon, they were right back in it. But speaking of Josh Allen, his second rushing touchdown was just so fearless, beautiful. Pump fake combined with sidestepping the defender. It just really showed us that Josh Allen is like that, and he can play big-time football in big-time moments. But still, unfortunately, he's going to show you some turnovers. And it makes me think if Buffalo didn't miss those 2 field goals, one of which was blocked, Buffalo could have went up 30-14 in this game. But instead, they were hanging on 20-7, and then Philadelphia comes around and does what they do best. Jalen Hurts, the 3rd and 4th scramble at the beginning of the fourth quarter was just such a heads-up play. Vintage Jalen Hurts throws a dot to Devontae Smith for the touchdown. And I was watching this game at Hudson Grill in Atlanta with some of the crew that went to the Saints-Falcons game with me. And I was like, Josh Allen's due for a turnover. I was like, I hate to say it, but Josh Allen always turns the ball over in big moments. I was like, wait for it. Here it comes. And Josh Allen's turnover was literally incoming. Throws the interception to Bradbury, and the Eagles go on and score as well. You have Jalen Hurts' 3rd touchdown pass to Olamide Zaccheaus on the following drive. You hear the crowd go crazy, and it was just like that, a 21-7 run to take the lead. Philadelphia's like that. Jalen Hurts is like that. The Eagles know how to play very well in this league, and they should be Super Bowl favorites. They are my Super Bowl champions right now, the Philadelphia Eagles. And I can't wait until that boy Jalen Hurts wins his ring. I can't wait. The only sack from the Eagles in this game was clutch from Brandon Graham late in the game. So he came out really clutch with that. Of course, a great veteran over there for Philadelphia. But Buffalo really seemed like they were going to win, with the final drive of regulation, 3 straight runs of 10 yards before the easy touchdown to Gabe Davis. Jake Elliott puts the team on his back with the 60-yard kick to go to overtime. Now, the Eagles did get a bad call against them in overtime, which is kind of where I feel like it washes out that no horse collar call on Josh Allen. They had the roughing the passer, which was very, very soft. Now, I don't know if Gabe Davis and Josh Allen weren't on the same page on that missed touchdown in overtime, but that one definitely hurt them. I know that the Bills fans were very upset about how that played out because, that could have went for the win right there. You're talking about being 7-5, but now they're 6-6 and they're in the 10th seed as the Eagles are 10-1 and just absolutely owning the NFL right now. Gabe Davis had the defender beat too. You get a call going your way with a roughing the passer, and you still can't capitalize on it late in the game when it matters. Philly was 3 for 10 on third down in this game too. They had 9 yards to go on average before winning this football game, and the Bills did what they were supposed to do with the first half turnovers from Philadelphia. Yeah, Carr is truly the emperor of empty yards. Hell yeah. Look at Trav and Darby going back and forth. I appreciate the heck out of y'all, man. Matt Moscona. Moscona's that dude, no doubt. But the Bills did what they were supposed to do. 2 Philly turnovers. They turned that into 14 points. And, again, Philadelphia is just by far the best team in the league right now. I love how they're playing at this point in the season. Of course, they need to fix their secondary as the regular season finishes out. I really think Shaq Leonard could sign with the Eagles and really give them that linebacker depth and that secondary coverage that they need. I understand that Shaq was dealing with a couple of back injuries last year, and that is why the Colts moved on from him. And I do hate that because I think he really deserves to be with an NFL team. But if Philly picks him up, that's just going to be scary, no doubt. And everyone in the league will just continue to respect Philadelphia as they get closer and closer to that Super Bowl championship. And the fact that this team went from the easiest to the toughest schedule in the league, and in back-to-back seasons, they're 10-1. It's remarkable. It's not a fluke. Jalen Hurts is him. Nick Sirianni is a top 5 coach in this league. The Eagles are the most balanced team in the NFL. And once they clean that secondary up, it's already good enough to win. They've only lost 1 game, and it was by 6 to the Jets. Jalen Hurts threw some interceptions because that Jets defense, whenever it decides to, can come alive. Y'all just wait. Y'all just wait for the Eagles to make their run again, as they will go to the Super Bowl in back-to-back years, and they will finally win one. Jalen Hurts will be that Super Bowl MVP, and I can't wait. I'm pivoting now to the Philadelphia Eagles as the team that I'm rooting for the rest of the year. Saints, I'm sorry. Y'all are 5-6. We'll have to sort something out in the offseason, but all of my efforts will now go towards the Philadelphia Eagles. But the Eagles have, the Niners, the Cowboys, and the Seahawks are coming up in their next 3. The ringers of these past 5 games outside of Washington has really been impressive. We've seen them beat the Chiefs. We've seen them beat the Bills. We've seen them beat the Dolphins. We've seen them beat the Cowboys. They have the Niners coming up next. The Cowboys are coming after that. The Seahawks as well. I think Philly's fine. And then they have Giants, Cardinals, Giants to end the year. And they're about to wipe the Giants both times. I wouldn't be shocked if Jalen Hurts didn't have to play in Week 18. I wouldn't be shocked if Jalen Hurts didn't have to play in Week 18 because they're just that far and away in the division to where they've already secured it. And it's against the New York Giants, so they're not going to freak out about that.